So what are 3 Singapore technology counters, right, that you can put in your watch list for more upside potential? And these are stocks which I'm still bullish about. Hey guys, Joey here, top tier advisor in Phillip Securities and chief trainer at Trading Impossible. So today I'm going to cover just 3 technology stocks listed in the Singapore market, and they are AEM, Frencken, and 𝐻P right over here. So, just a quick brief of the Singapore technology sector. What happens was, in March and April, we started to see many of the technology counters pushing up by more than 20-30%. Alright, but then May and June, that's where they started to consolidate sideways. So not much of a move. But what happens was, over the past 1 to 2 weeks, we started to see a bit of, bullish price actions coming back, and that's where we started to look at these counters again. Alright, so today I'm going to cover 3 counters, AEM, Frencken, and 𝐻P, which you can still put in your watch list. Right, so this is AEM right over here. So just about 2 to 3 weeks back, right over here, we were actually consolidating above that $2.90 support level. So there were some upside targets that were drawn that we kind of rebounded from this level, and upside target was to about $3.40. Right, so that was about 2 to 3 weeks back, and there were another upside targets that was reiterated to about $4, another 15% upside. So this is AEM about 2 weeks back. Alright, let's take a look at another counter that we kind of look at it about 2 weeks back as well, and this counter is Frencken. Right, Frencken right over here, and it was then about 0.88, right, 88 cents. So it was consolidating below that 87 cents for about 2 to 3 months, and there were some bullish actions that were spotted, and that's where some upside targets were drawn to about $1. Alright, so that was about 2 weeks back. Okay, take a look at this counter called 𝐻P. 𝐻P then was trading at about $1.21 right over here. So upside targets were drawn by about more than 10% to about $1.35. This was just about last week. Alright, so these are the 3 counters, AEM, Frencken, and 𝐻P, that I'll talk about right now to see where we are for these 3 counters as of the 11th of July 2020. So this is AEM right over here as of the 11th of July 2020. So I mentioned that about 2 weeks back we kind of rebounded from this really good support at about $2.90 to $3, and that's where we have been consolidating over the past 2 months. Right, that's where some upside targets were drawn to about $3.40 right over here. So over the past few days, what happened was we kind of approached that $3.40 and it went to a high of about $3.36, and then sellers started to come back, and that's where some profit taking happened, and we are pretty much trading at about $3.24 right now. Okay, so what's happening for AEM, right? So what I would say that in terms of the longer term trend, the uptrend is still pretty much quite in there. Look at this, right? Look at the red line, is still sloping upwards gently. This blue line, which is the 200 days moving average, is still sloping upward as well. And prices are kind of holding above this really critical support at about the $3 or maybe even $2.90 over the past 2 months, right? So whenever it comes down, buyers comes back to bargain hunt, and we rebounded from there again. This is what we saw last week as well. Alright, so I would say that we are still pretty much bullish above this $3.20. I mean, if we can hold above that temporary support at about $3.20, I think it's still a good thing. But ultimately, we want to see it hold above this $2.90 to $3 support level. That's where we can still potentially rebound from this level and consolidate from about $3 to about $3.40, right? So we want to see a bit more bullish actions, right, above that $3.40, right? If we do see some really good actions above $3.40, that's where we can potentially head towards the next upside targets to about $4 right over here, right? So right now, we are still seeing selling coming back at about $3.40, which is normal. I mean, you've been consolidating there, capped at $3.42. That's where you can potentially take some profit as well. I mean, if it rebounds near $3.40, that's where sellers are coming back, so you can take some profit there as well. But if we do see some really good actions above $3.40, that's where we can raise our upside targets to about $4, right? So this is AEM right over here, one of the stocks which I'm still bullish about. It's still pretty much in an uptrend as long as some of the key support levels are holding. Alright, this is where you can continue holding to counters like this. So this is Frencken right over here as of the 11th of July 2020. So I mentioned about 2 to 3 weeks back, right over here, we managed to break above okay, that 87 cents resistance that has been holding since like February, alright, for about 3 to 4 months. We managed to break above, and that was a good sign. That was a good signal that, you know, there can potentially be more short-term upside right over here. And then, alright, what happens was the moving average, the 20 days short-term moving average, the green line right over here, was starting to point up, and that's where we started to see that break. And so it's a good signal, and that's where some upside targets were drawn to about $1. Right, so we are currently trading at about 91.5, right, 0.915 right over here. So, you know, what happens was we kind of hit a high of about, you know, 94, 93.5, and that's where some profit taking came back again. Right, so what happens is, you know, we are still pretty much above this new resistance turn support. And look at this, right? Look at this, the 20 days moving average, this green line is still at this 87 cents level, right over here, 87 cents level. So this 87 cents was originally the resistance. Now it has turned support. The 20 days moving average line is there as well. So I would say anything above this 87 cents right over here, we can potentially see a rebound, all right, towards that 93, 94 level, and that's where some profit taking might happen, all right. But of course, if we do see that push above 94, maybe even 95, that's where our targets, which were drawn about 2 weeks back, can start to play out to be about $1. So I'd like to reiterate the target again to about $1 if we do hold above this really critical support at about 0.87 or 0.88, right? So this is Frencken as of the 11th of July 2020. The last counter I'd like to share with you, and this is high P, which I mentioned just last week. We spotted some really good actions coming back after the consolidation for like 2 to 3 months, right? Right over here, it was consolidating from like $1 to about $1.20 for like about 2.5 months, 3 months right over here. Okay, but just last week, right over here for high P, we managed to break above that $1.20 resistance level, and that's where some upside targets were drawn, all right, to about $1.35, which I showed you just now, right? So what happens is we kind of hit towards that 135 target. Alright, that's where sellers came back, which is normal. I mean, that is our initial resistance, and that's where we expected selling to happen as well. So we are currently trading at about $1.29. So where can we go right now? So for high P, what happens is, you know, I mentioned that we kind of broke above this 120. So 120 to probably about 125, alright, would be a good support for now. And we are seeing signs of the shorter term uptrend starting to take shape. Look at this, the green line, alright, the 20-day moving average is starting to point up after like pretty much moving sideways for about 2 months. It's starting to point up. Prices that can't break and cross above that 20 days moving average green line as well. Alright, and of course we went above 120, right, which would now be the support. So I would say anything above 125, alright, or maybe even 120 right over here. So this 120 would be a good support, an immediate good support right over here. And anything above 120 to 125, I would say that this counter is still looking bullish, right, in the short term, alright, and we can still consolidate towards that 135, you know, level, and that's where selling can happen, right? If we do dip to this, I mean 120 to 125, that's where you can potentially start to accumulate on dips for any potential rebound. But what happens is if we do break above that $1.35 right over here, right? We want to see some bullish actions again above 135, and that's where, all right, we can start to see the upside continue further to the next upside targets at about $1.50. So another 9% upside to about 150, right? So now we are currently about 129. So this would be the upside targets for high P, I would say. As long as we hold above 120 to 125, that's where we can potentially see a bit more short-term upside, and hopefully we do see that move above 135 soon, all right? Then that's where we can hit towards the next target at about $1.50, right? So this is high P as of the 11th of July 2020. So if you do enjoy this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up so it will help YouTube algorithm to reach out to more people. And of course, you know, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, be sure to click on the subscribe button, right? Click on the subscribe button right now so that you will not miss out on any of such videos which I share, and that's where I'll cover some of the top Singapore stocks that you want to look at, that you want to focus on, that you can potentially ride it with us to kind of make some good, decent gains, right? So this is Joey here. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video.